everyone, thank you for watching avivTarot, and today we are going to do a pick a card reading, and there's 3 piles, 1, 2, and 3, and the topic is, are we meant to be? Like, it could just be simply like, are we meant to be together? Or are we meant to meet? Are we meant to... So like, you can fill in the blanks, whatever it is that you want to fill in the blanks for. But when I was doing it, I was like, it's like, are you meant to be together? Okay, so that's what I was thinking. But if I kind of leave it open for the title, so you can fill in the blanks, and since it's general reading. Okay, so we'll start with pile number 1. Okay, so for all the oracle cards, I don't read reversal, so I'll switch them to the upright position, but anything else, it will just be upright. No, it will be reversed. Okay. All right, so we have the 8 of Pentacles in upright position. We have Wheel of Fortune. Ooh, it's reversed. And we have Temperance reversed. We have Fertility. And the Lenormand cards, we have the Anchor, the Bird, and the Moon. And then these love cards. So I know you saw this, right? The Sword and Rose. Only time will tell. And then Soulmate. So see, this is the thing. This fell out, right? And I actually saw it when it fell out, so I was like, okay, I'll keep it, because I don't know what the other cards were. But then now looking at this, only time will tell. And then also this card over here, it says the Sword and the Rose. So it's like clarity, truth, revelation, solidarity, force, honor, protection, and power, right? So it's clarity and truth is what like stands out to me. You know, like Sword in the tarot cards is about clarity, about truth and stuff like that, and Rose is always about, you know, romantic things. And so I think these two cards actually corresponds with each other. Only time will tell. So like, whether you guys are meant to be or soulmate or whatever it is, I think time will tell, will give you more clarity and truth. I feel like you feel that this person is your soulmate. You're meant to be together. Or at least, at the very, very least, you're meant to meet, okay? You're going to learn from each other about a lot of things. See, if the fate, because we have the tarot cards, this one in the middle, which is the Wheel of Fortune. If it's upright, I would definitely say, hey, this is soulmate, even if we have these two cards. But this is reversed, okay? This is reversed. So I feel like you are meant to meet, meant to know this person. You're meant to learn things from each other. But soulmate doesn't necessarily mean that you guys will be together forever and ever. It just means that you connect on a really deep level, and you feel like a lot of the times you can communicate without words, like you can feel the other person. And which is over here in the Lenormand cards, we have the birds right in the middle, and the bird is about gossip but also about communication. And then because we do have the Anchor and the Moon on the sides, and so from the Lenormand cards, are you meant to be? This is a positive card. This is a positive card, and this is actually a neutral card, I think. And so just from the Lenormand cards, it's yes, but since the neutral card is in the middle, I would say it's like yes, but with some conditions. For example, you need to be able to communicate really well. You need to withstand gossips. I think maybe the two of you together, there's a lot of people that might not think you guys are meant to be, right? People will be like kind of say things, whether to you or your partner, and it makes you doubt about it. It makes you like think, are we really meant to be? And also maybe you guys don't tell each other a lot of the feelings, like you think you know, but sometimes like yes, the soulmate thing is like yeah, you could feel each other without words or whatever it is, but then sometimes it's still good to communicate that and actually and also discern whatever the words coming out from the other person, do they really mean it, or they're just saying it because they know that's what you want to hear, right? But I do see like this is, anchored stability, and then this is the moon, which is the reputation, and intuition, psychic ability, right? So like I think you have like an innate knowing that this person is supposed to be in your life, and you guys are soulmate for sure. But how you can keep the soulmate and make the relationship last longer, only time will tell, and you'll need to communicate really clearly. You need to the clarity and the truth will come out eventually. And also because this is the Wheel of Fortune, which is reversed, and we have the Temperance reversed as well. And so I think something is out of balance. Okay, something is out of balance, and it could be one person's giving a lot more than the other person. It may also be that right now maybe you guys are at a pretty low point, and maybe that's the reason why you're watching this video, like, are you guys meant to be? And maybe there's some arguments or fight right now and you feel misunderstood, but I think the clarity will come because with time. And then also over here we have the Eight of Pentacles on the side, which is about patience and putting in the work, and perfecting it. So like no relationship is easy. You have to put in the work and work on it. And I think for pile number 1 people, I think you guys, the communication is definitely the key. Even if you feel like your soulmate, you feel like you connect with each other, but sometimes it could still be misunderstood. So just want to make sure everything, whatever you say, or the other person understands it the way that you meant to say it, and vice versa. And over here is balance, and which is so like I think sometimes we need to know what to say or what not to say. Like what we were saying before, sometimes we think we say this is what we meant, but the other person might misunderstand it. Okay, so I think there's a lot of things that still need to work on with pile number 1 people. But yes, you guys are soulmate. You guys are meant to be in each other's lives. You're meant to learn from each other. And over here we have fertility. Okay, so there is that possibility that you guys will have like kids together. 3 is also like a new beginning, like starting something new, right? The creativity or something new, loving, because it's the in the regular tarot deck, this is actually the Empress, right? So it's about love, about nurturing. Okay, so I think this relationship needs a lot of nurturing, a lot of love, a lot of patience, a lot of like putting in the work from both sides. And And then also find the balance, okay? Find that balance, because I think too much or too little of something is never good. You have to find that balance so that we could turn this card around into an upright position, right? And knowing what to say. And also about here, the fate, the destiny wheel of fortune. It's right now, it's turning upside down. And but you know, it doesn't stay like this all the time. So it will come back up again. But it will take some work for it to turn back up. And so like if once it's turning back up, you guys are definitely meant to be. And I think positive outcome will come out of it. But right now, there's some things that you need to work on, especially your communication skill. Okay? And maybe the topic is about stability. Okay, about should we settle now? Because this is about, kids, birth, pregnancy as well, right? So maybe there is some kind of a difference in view of when we should settle down, if we should have a future. And because this is also, and maybe also about, because this is also about like jobs, to reputation and that kind of things. And so perhaps together, I would say there's some maybe financial situation, or like the stability, the job, to support a family. That could be a topic that you guys need to talk about if you haven't talked about it yet. Because just being a soulmate doesn't mean anything. We're still living in like the modern world, right? So, all the practical stuff is still needs to be discussed. So just love, yes, the typical saying, love conquers it all. It is true, but it is also not true, right? When reality hits, you still need to be able to support each other, because when you don't have that stability financially, nothing works, right? Because over here we have the Pentacles too. So that's what I see for pile number 1. So if you want to know if you guys are meant to be together, meant to know each other, meant to be in each other's lives, yes, definitely, because of the soulmate. But meant to be doesn't mean that you don't have to put in any work. There's some work that needs to be put in. And right now the wheel of fortune is turned upside down, so there's some imbalance, okay, and some unspoken things that you haven't talked about. Maybe one person is putting in a lot more effort than the other person. That could be the imbalance. Or there's imbalance financially or job reputation wise, right? So that's something that for pile number 1, people, you probably need to work on or talk to your partner about. Okay, so that's what I see for pile number 1. Let me know how this resonates with you in the comment section. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in the next video. Don't forget to also subscribe or follow me on Instagram. It's avivTarot as well. And then I also do personal readings. Just send me an email and then we can go from there. All right, bye. Okay, so for pile number 2. Okay, we have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. We have Page of Pentacles upright, and then we have Page of Wands reversed. Okay, we have emotional withdrawal. This is in a regular tarot deck. I think this is 8 of Cups. So the Lenormand cards, we have the Clover, we have the Scythe, and then we have the Clouds. And then here we have karmic relationship, fleeting triggers, turmoil, resentment, lessons, letting go, and loving you. And here we have the card that says, when you pass from this world, you take nothing with you but your soul and the memories you have shared with those you love. And then you have engagement. Okay, so first of all, I think engagement kind of corresponds with this a little bit, but the only thing is Page of Wands is reversed, okay? But Page of Pentacles is also about, offering something. Page of Wands is also about that as well, but it's reversed. So I feel like it's taking out the passion, okay? And also Ace of Pentacles is about offering, but it's reversed. Alright, this is like, okay. So, are you meant to be? We have the clover, we have the scythe, and then we have the cloud. Okay, so the scythe and the cloud is negative cards. They're negative cards, and then the clover is a positive. So 2 negatives and a positive. So it's like a no, but and then also we have the karmic relationship, okay? But the thing is, like, I think for pile number 2, people, you guys are meant to be in each other's lives to learn, because over here it says lessons. Because the karmic relationship, you're meant to learn from each other. And a lot of the people take karmic relationship as like a bad thing. I think all relationships is worth your time and your effort. Karmic relationship doesn't even mean anything, like bad, I think. Even though this is just, if we're just looking at like the positive and the negative cards from the Lenormand, because it's two negative and a positive, it's no. But you know what? The combination of this, the scythe is pointing right to the cloud. The cloud is having the clarity, and then over here is the darker cloud. So moving to the right in the future is like there's more confusion, you're more confused. But we have the scythe in the middle. That means it's cutting out stuff. Okay, so first of all, you're cutting, but it's not pointing towards the clover. So you guys are meant to know each other, meant to see each other, meant to meet with each other. That's why the clover is over here in the past. The left side is usually about the past, right? So, but then look at this. The scythe is cutting through the cloud. That means clarity. So if we really read the cards, not just about the positive and the negative, just do it like as a positive and negative cards, if we actually read the cards, it's cutting out confusion. So you'll see more clearly what this relationship meant for the two of you. So, and I feel because of this scythe cutting through the cloud, so you can see clearly what this relationship is supposed to be. And over here, emotional withdrawal. 8 of Cups in the traditional tarot is somebody leaving, right? But look, this person is sitting there contemplating. So I feel like right now for pile number 2 people, maybe you guys are seeing things more clearly now because you're meditating, you're seeing things, you're taking the emotion out of the situation so that you can see it more as a logic. And over here, Page of Wands is also reversed, right? So that's taking the passion out of things and see it more from like a practical point of view, because because over here, the 3 cards, we have the Page of Pentacle upright in the middle. It's giving you an offer that is based off of practical sides, practical things. Ace of Pentacle is just, the beginning of something, but it's maybe in the past. So in the past, you didn't consider that. You didn't think practical things is important, right? Because you just feel like, oh, it's lovey-dovey time and all that stuff. But as you guys get to know each other more, it's almost like pile number 1 people a little bit, but not really, because they have other things. They have other things that they need to work on. But for you, I think it's more about being practical. So I did say in pile number 1 that, usually we, or the movies, right? All the Hollywood movies, we think, oh my gosh, love will conquer all. Love is like this great thing. It's just, we just need that and everything's going to work out on its own. But it's not true. It is true, but it's not true. In reality, having financial stability, having everything working out, not having so much emotions, able to communicate clearly, honesty, everything is important. It's not just passion, right? And then logic, and then having your own social circles, a lot of reality things you need to check too. So are we meant to be? Yes, I think you're meant to meet each other. You're meant to be in each other's life for sure. But if you want to go, because we do have this engagement card, okay? So if you want to be able to ascend, what does this say? Your love is ascending to a higher level of commitment. If you want your love life to ascend to a higher level of commitment, you have to cut through all these like confusion, this, bullshit, or, things that in the long run you need, but there's also other things that you need to consider. So love is very important. It's 50% of the relationship, but the other 50% is, honesty, and stability, right? Because everything, all of the long-term relationship, eventually, you're going to feel like your family. You feel so comfortable with each other, and then you don't appreciate the other person anymore, but you still need that as well. And over here, to me, a karmic relationship doesn't mean like, oh my God, it's a bad thing, because it makes it sound so bad, like karma, right? But what about if you think it like from this perspective, Buddhism, if you believe in like reincarnation, perhaps in your previous life, okay? Not that I'm a little bit skeptical about like, past lives and all that stuff, but sometimes I do think about it, like why I think things happen for a reason, and then sometimes I think, why does certain things happen? And you can't really explain it until like way down the road, and then you look back, it's like, oh, okay, that makes sense. But right now, because you don't know why things happen, you're asking yourself, why is this thing happening to me? And if you believe in like reincarnation, and if you believe in karma, it could be like, maybe, of course, if your relationship, okay, so this relationship I'm saying is like, it's not like, if it's abusive, then no, you should not even listen to like, any of this. You should just leave your partner, because nobody should be abused or be abusing somebody else, okay? So if it's verbally abusive or physically abusive, no, this person is not for you, and you need to find somebody else better. But what I meant over here is that there's some little things here and there that doesn't work out, and that bothers you and all that stuff, or you feel like you're putting in more work than the other person, or the other person feels like whatever. So if you believe in like this past life reincarnation kind of thing, or karma, maybe because I think it's kind of romantic in some ways, like, if you think about it, it's like, oh, maybe this person, like, he saved my life, or she saved my life in the past life, and so like this life we're meant to be together, so I need to return that thing that they did for me from a past life, because I wasn't able to do it. So if you feel like you're doing more work, they're not putting in as much effort or something like that, but you still feel the love. But there's just something, then you can be like, oh, okay, fine. Maybe I'm just, it's meant to be that I need to just put in a little bit, okay? Or if this person is not very communicative, and then you're the type of, and they're, the person is supposed to, you feel like they should communicate with you more, right? Because this is both of the pages about communication, or sending in an offer, and even at the Ace of Pentacles, you have like a lot of offers. Maybe you have like 3 different people. Anyways, or you don't feel like this person is a very passionate type of person. They keep their emotions very, very deep, okay? And maybe because in their past life they got hurt or something, and so now they don't reveal it as much. So it's like something that, or maybe you did something wrong to the person before, and now it's like a way of you like coming back to thank them for, or just to like be good to them, you know, to correct what you did before, you know, type of things. So like, if for me, karmic relationship is not necessarily a bad thing. Like, it sounds so bad because it's like karma. Oh, you got what you know, deserve or whatever. Or this is like a bad abusive or thing, but because over here is like about triggers, and also like I watch other videos about like twin flames. Twin flames is like the ultimate thing, and then the soulmate, and then like karmic is like the no. It's like karmic is like the first step before you meet your twin flame. Like, if you believe that, that's, you know, that's your take on things. But I just want to say that getting this card is not necessarily a bad thing. You're meant to be in each other's lives, and you're meant to learn. Okay, so now you're just taking the emotions out of the thing. You're just going to see things a lot more clearly. And if you really want to be with this person, to have your love life ascend to this higher level of commitment, you need to see things more clearly. You need to take the passion, the emotions out of things, okay? So that when you give that offer, it's from a more practical side, because in the long run, that will benefit the relationship a little bit more, okay? So you're learning things. And then also, I feel like if you are somebody who's very controlling, like you need your partner to act a certain way, let go of that control. Don't try to mold somebody into your ideal person. You met this person, you fell in love with this person because the person is the way they are. Like, you fell in love with that person, and now you're trying to change the person. Then that person is not the same person that you fell in love with anymore, right? That's what I'm saying. But of course, like in a relationship, both partners should try to become a better person for the other person. So you should grow together for sure. But I feel like this relationship is probably still at a very early stage right now. Okay. But you know, early stage, but to the point of like, now are we gonna settle into more like serious, right? And that's why I feel like we have like all these offers, like these beginning stage of things, page, and the ace. The only thing is these two are reversed, so it's just that I think maybe there's some offers that your partner or you offer and they reject it because you want it more like from an emotional satisfying. You want it to be more emotional satisfying, but sometimes having a more practical offer is good for the relationship, right? So and I do think you guys have luck on your side, okay? You have little luck, so there's like little happiness over here. Like we have over here, we say when you passed from this world, all the memories you share, so like the little like happy moments, right? Think of that, and then you'll be able to cut through all the confusions that's been bothering you right now, and then your love life will ascend to a higher level of commitment. Okay, so that's what I see for pile number 2. Sorry, I rambled a little bit in the middle about like karmic and all that stuff, but let me know how this resonates with you in the comment section below, and don't forget to like, share, subscribe to my channel. And I do have an Instagram account of avivTarot. You can follow me on there, and I do personal readings, so you can just send me an email if you want a personal reading, and we'll go from there. All right, I'll see you in the next video. Bye. All right, pile number 3, we have the Strength. We have the 5 of Wands reversed, And then we have Knight of Pentacles. We have moving on. In the traditional tarot, that would be like the Six of Swords. I know you're looking at this like, no! Okay, the Lenormand cards, we have the Crossroad, the Sun, and the Anchor. Okay, we have Heartbroken. Okay, 2 cards fell out for this one. So we have the first one is Transformation. Your relationship with one another is about to deepen. Love conquers and transforms all things. And then over here we have Forgiveness. Stop focusing your energy on past events, for life is too precious to waste. You create your reality by what you think, dream, and imagine. So we have these 2. And then over here we have Passion. Okay, so these 2 cards kind of give opposite messages. So for pile number 3, I feel like there's 2 different messages for 2 different groups of people who chose pile number 3. Okay, so the first group I would say is that you probably feel kind of heartbroken right now. So for some past events, and you need to forgive that if you feel like you want to keep this relationship going, like you don't want to give it up just yet. And maybe this is the reason why you're watching this video, because you want to know if you guys are meant to be, because you want to keep fighting for it. Okay, so if we just look at the Lenormand cards over here, the Sun and the Anchor is both positive. They're both positive cards, and then the Crossroad is actually a neutral card. Okay, so neutral is like a maybe, and the positive cards are a yes. So I would say just from the Lenormand cards, it's a yes. Okay, but because we have the Road, it's about decision. So even if it's a yes, I think at the end of the day, the decision is still yours. If you want to stay or if you want to move on, because we do have the moving on card. Okay, so we have Forgiveness, heartbroken. So if you feel like you're too heartbroken, and you want to move on from this relationship, and that you can't forgive this person for whatever they did to you, then even if you guys are meant to be, because over here we have the 2 positive and the neutral card, I think you're meant to know each other and learn from this relationship so that your next relationship will become a better one. Okay, so that's why this person is meant to be in your life. Okay, but are you meant to be together? That's your choice. Okay, if you want to move on or if you want to forgive, that's your choice of if you want to move on or forgive. And if you choose to stay, you do have the Sun in the middle. Okay, so something better might be coming, and then you're going towards stability, more stable relationship. Okay, but the only thing is you might have to rekindle that passion, because whatever they did, I think you're moving on. That means you're putting a lot more logic. You're becoming a lot more logical. Okay, and also because over here we have the Knight of Pentacles, and it's a lot about practicality, practical things. And then we have the Wands reverse in the middle over here in the tarot card. So because it's when you're heartbroken, I think it's hard to mend that relationship. It's going to take a lot more effort and a lot of work for it to go. I don't even think you can go back to the way it was before, but you can try something new and try to rekindle that passion for that person again. But that is a choice of yours. And but staying with them, if you decided to stay with them and forgive what they did, I think your relationship will move towards more stable, more practical relationship. I think the passion you will need to work on, because from the tarot card and over here the Lenormand cards, we don't see as much of that emotion anymore. So you might be staying with this person just for the practical side of things. And if that is the case, I feel sometimes it's hard for you, even if you're meant to be. And I think it might be better if you move on, okay? For the other group of people, I feel like you're a person, you guys are meant to be, because as we were saying, it's the sun and the stability, and you are moving more towards the practical and the stable life, okay, and more committed life, and that passion is like there, and you guys are just happy. But then there are things that you guys need to work on, okay? It's because we have the wands, 5 of Wands in reverse. 5 of Wands, it's about conflict, about, it looks like they're having fun, but it's still conflict, okay? And it's about, standing on the same ground and letting the other person know what you like or don't like, okay? So you can't avoid conflict. I feel like maybe before you were trying to keep the harmony and stuff like that, so you avoid conflicts, but now it's like you can no longer avoid that conflict. You need to talk about it. You need to speak up. And whatever they did, you might feel a little heartbroken, okay? You might feel a little sad. And then it says transformation, your relationship is about to deepen, and then love conquers it all. So like, just speak not with a lot of like emotions and stuff like that, too much passion, right? Try to be a little bit more logical, have a little bit more patience, be gentle with each other, and then you'll have like this Knight of Pentacle, which is a lot more stable, okay? Stabler than the Page of Pentacle, and then having that offers given to you, and then you guys will move towards a more stability. And so this moving on would be like moving on towards a better future, a more stable life, okay? I guess there is a third possibility for pile number 3, is that you guys are separated now, okay? Heartbroken separation. And then you're wondering if you guys are meant to be. Yes, you guys are meant to know each other, because back again, Lenormand cards. But we do have the road. It's about choices, right? And then again, it's about forgiveness. I think, there's a reason why you guys are separated, okay? Are you able to look past the previous conflict that you guys have? Okay, put that behind you, because we have this reversed. Put it behind you so that you can move towards a more stable, less emotional relationship. Because before, I feel like maybe you don't have a lot of patience. You get into a lot of fights with the person, and then and so maybe there's difference in values, okay? Difference in what you like to do and not like to do. A lot of things, a lot of differences, okay? And then maybe that's the reason why you guys are separated, decided to break up, and then moving on. But I think now it's been a while, and then maybe you still think about this person, and you want to know if this person is meant to be, and maybe you want to rekindle that passion again. You want to get back with this person again. If that is the case, you have to put all of this conflict behind. You have to use a lot of patience with this person, and you can't be that emotional person. You can't be so emotional like before. You need to become a different person, almost more practical. You have to see things from a different view in order to go towards this stable, happy life. And you have to remember that love conquers all. I know for pile number 2 and pile number 1, I was telling them like, you guys have the love, but love is not enough. You need to look at more of the practical things. But for pile number 3 people, the 2 groups, like the group that you're having a little bit of trouble, or you're in separation, you do have to believe, or you have to trust that the love between you two is still there, and then speak from more of a less emotional part of you, so that you can be more logical and talk about the things that you guys can move on, could work on together. And then give it a little time, because we do have the strength. You have the strength. But pile number 3 people, I guess you can also, if you decide to move on, you have the strength to move on as well. And is this person meant to be in your life? Yes, they are. You're meant to know this person. You're meant to learn from this. Even if you're heartbroken, you learn something from it, right? And you have to trust that it happens for a reason, even if you're feeling really, really sad right now. But that something better, happy, stable will come to you once you move past this conflicted energy or internal conflict. Okay. And maybe because of this internal conflict, you're having like this decision too. Maybe this pile number 3 people, you're also trying to make a decision, like, should I move, like what we said before, should I move on? And there's that internal conflict too. But the passion is still there. The passion is still there. So, are you meant to be? Yes, I meant like, are you meant to like be in each other's lives? Yes, you're meant to learn from something. But if you want to have your love life ascend to the next level, like you want to move on, you want to keep this partner, you have to let go of the past conflicts so that you can move on to a better future. And for the people that are just, you're just watching this, like, what? It's the same thing, that conflict, internal conflict. There's some views that you guys don't agree on. You need to put that emotions aside and just really talk it from a logical, practical point of view, and have patience. Okay, because change doesn't occur right away. It does take time, even if after you communicate things. All right, so that's what I see for pile number 3. Let me know how this resonates with you by leaving in the comment section below. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe to my channel. I do have an Instagram account. It's avivTarot. You can follow me there as well. And then I do personal readings. You can just send me an email and we'll go from there. All right, I will see you in the next video. Bye.